Hi, and welcome to Science Time with Miss Victoria. This program is recommended for ages 6 and up, but it all depends on the actual science experiment or STEM activity that we're going to be doing. That depends on the age group when it comes to the actual experiment. All right, so let's go ahead and just get straight to it. Now, first thing we do before we begin, as always, is to wash our hands for at least 20 seconds. Make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you go to our YouTube channel and look at the video in which I wash my hands to the Ryan Forever Jaka. You're gonna do top and bottom, in between, rub it all together, and then you're gonna repeat that first slow and then repeat it to do fast. It comes out to about 25 seconds. Once your hands are nice and dry, next step is to gather your supplies. But having told you what we're doing, you may get an idea by seeing what's on the table here, but hold that thought for a second. Last thing we need to do is, of course, adult supervision, just in case. All right, but for this one, I think the parents will enjoy this one a lot. So it'll be a fun one for everybody. So parents, as always, just be around. You may help them gather supplies, and of course, the steps, you're gonna have to be involved on a couple of those steps, so it'll be great. So let's go ahead and find out first what we're doing and gather the supplies for it. We are going to be gathering supplies for candy balloons. All right, so it's very basic. You actually literally just need 4 items, okay? Candy balloons, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be combining when we did our bottle rocket that you've seen the video in which I had a 2-liter soda and I put Mentos in there. That was a big explosion. This is different because we're going to combine it with the other one when we did inflated balloon that involved baking soda. Then we put baking soda in the balloon and put it into a container, and when inflated with just the baking soda's reaction to either soda or it was to vinegar. Go back and look at our YouTube and look at that one, inflated balloons. That way you can be able to see the comparison on there. What we're going to do is combine the baking soda inflated balloon with the rocket. And that's what we're coming up with, candy balloons. Okay? First thing we need is soda. Now soda depends on what you want. What I'm doing today is I'm just sticking with just one type of soda, Coca-Cola. And I'm just using a 12-ounce bottle. Just get a regular bottle. It may be 12 ounces. It could probably be 16.9. We just get a bottle of soda. I got a little 6-pack, very easy. You can just get 2, however you want it, how many you're gonna do. Next thing we're gonna need is a funnel, and we'll find out what we need this for. This is important. We're also gonna need candy. Now, candy you can find it on the store. The candy we're going to be using is pretty much typically your hard candy. It's not going to be your chocolates, okay? You want a reaction to the carbonation of the soda. So I'm going to be using 2 types I'm using. There's Nerds, and I'm bringing back Mentos, but I'm using the fruit ones with the rockets. Now, because of Halloween, you're probably getting candy. Any hard candy you can use, so best thing is you already have the Halloween candy, use that. You can do lemon heads, you can do Pop Rocks, that'd be fun if you have someone gave you Pop Rocks. Any sour ones, Sour Patch Kids maybe do a jelly bean, the sour ones. You want to get something that's going to have a hard candy, that's going to be a good thing for you to use. Stay away from the chocolates, you can eat those. Don't use it for the experiment, okay? Last thing, obviously we're going to do, we can't make candy balloons without balloons. So now we have our 4 things. The only additional thing I have, if you can notice, is I have a container in front of me because Miss Victoria doesn't have a sink or anything, so I'm not at my house or anything. So if you're at your house, you're in the kitchen, you can do it on the counter. Make sure you have paper towels or something just in case. You're near the sink, do it in the sink so that way if anything does spill, you can just rinse it off. I don't have that luxury, so I'm using a container for mine. So let's go ahead and move on to our steps. Okay, so here comes the fun part. I love anything that's gonna explode, kind of, but it's not gonna explode. It's gonna inflate. Now, you notice Miss Victoria always has safety eye gear, just in case. You can have one as an option too, just to have for you, just in case on this on the side. You can do it for your children, put it on the side so they can wear it if they want. I just have it in mind, just in case. I'm not gonna need it. Doesn't hurt to have it, okay? Now the first thing we're gonna do is gonna attach a balloon to the mouth of the funnel. So here's my funnel. And get one of my balloons. I remember the size of the balloon doesn't matter. It's just depending on the size that you use, it's gonna be vary on the amount of candy you put. All right. So the first thing, I got mine already. Second step is to pull one type of the candy into the balloon. And then what we're gonna do is attach it to the soda, 12-ounce bottle. Again, just be careful not to spill it in. You wanna save that effect for later. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the first one, and then I'm gonna repeat steps 1, 2, and 3, so that way I can do it with the other candy. So let me get the first one. I'm gonna do my nerds. And you kind of gauge how much you want on it. That seems like a pretty decent amount. You can measure it if you want, but obviously you don't want half the balloon with nerds, because that's gonna probably expand a lot and may just come off the bottle. So be very careful on that. So I'm gonna lay it carefully. I'm gonna get my soda. Same thing, be careful when you open this. And while you're waiting, please don't shake the bottle, because then that's definitely gonna, you want that carbonation fizz. You don't want to just have it expand, and so hold off on shaking the bottle, okay? So now we have this. We're gonna put it over the bottle. And not to take chances, I'm gonna do it on the surface first before moving it, because my container does have a little curve and everything on there. I'm gonna try to get all the way around. And you want to make sure where it's going to pull, that's going to go here, because if it gets unstuck on the side, the candy is going to get stuck here, not in the bottle. So be careful on that. Okay, so we got one down. So let's go ahead and repeat the same steps. I'm going to attach our balloon to the funnel. I'm going to get my Mentos. Now, if you notice, Mentos are usually bigger than this. I cut mine in pieces because we all know what happened when you put a whole Mentos in a bottle of Coke. A soda, so I'm putting a little piece of mine. So that's the modification change I did on that, is I just put a little piece instead of a whole Mentos. So we're gonna go ahead and get this ready. Take it out the funnel. Now we're gonna attach it. Now make sure that this is a small piece, you want to make sure it's still there. We don't want it to fall in yet. Okay, so now that we got all the steps in, once you want to attach it securely, which is the last thing right here. You can, if you want, masking tape, duct tape, rubber band, whatever you want additional, you can put around here. If you notice, when I put the balloon, I put it completely around the bottle. Sometimes you just do it at the top part, and you might want to secure with an extra rubber band or tape or something. I did the whole bottle, so it's secure enough for me, but if parents, if you still feel like, oh, it might spill, add some tape or rubber band just to secure it as extra, okay? Now, if we have that, we're gonna shake the candy into the balloon, okay? Now remember, the red balloon, we have the nerds in. In our pink balloon, we have the piece of Mentos, okay? So we're gonna see which one actually inflates more, okay? So I'm gonna do one of them first. Now, as they inflate, parents, if you're on a flat surface, that's okay. Or in a container, either way, it's flat surface or like the container I have, hold the bottle while your child shakes the candy in. Because as it inflates, that balloon is gonna kind of be a little too much off on the soda, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hold this one first. And I'm gonna put the Mentos into and hold it. I'm gonna hold that up. Hold that up. So you see I'm holding it up because as it's inflating, that fizz goes into the balloon. And it's going to put a lot of weight. So by holding it up, the soda from the fizz is actually going back into the bottle. Now, as you can see, surprisingly, the nerds inflated the balloon more than the piece of Mentos in the pink one. Now, if you are brave, I just did like the Mentos, I did it into 4 little pieces. You can try to change it and keep the same amount of nerds and do half a Mentos instead. And see if that time it's going to do more, because we know that Mentos does a lot of carbonation. It's going to make the balloon bigger, but you don't want to take the chance. It's like the rocket, and the balloon's going to shoot up in the air. Although you may like that. If you're going to do that outside, okay? Not inside. So and keep it like that. Everything looks okay. Now it's very simple, parents. At the same time, you are also getting rid of Halloween candy. You may have some left over from last year for all we know. Or you may not hand out all your candy. Save some of that to do this experiment. Now, children, if you want to change it up on the sodas, grab a Mountain Dew, Fanta, Sprite, because it's caffeine free, you might want to try that. Dr. Pepper. You can also try any type of the Mountain Dews. I would say that's going to give you something on there. Tea. You might change it up instead of a soda and throw in a tea while you're at it. And just see what happens on that. Candy-wise, change it up. Pop Rocks, any of your lemon heads. You can change all the variables and the items in here and get different reactions. You can change, do each one with a different candy and a different soda and compare that. So this is one that you can change over and over. So it's perfect for children and it's real quick and easy, parents. I know you'll love it too and enjoy, so this is very good for the whole family. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to provide you with some library resources. So here they are. Alright, so first side ones I have here on this side, these are going to be ones you can find on our website, which is cctexas.com/library. Click on our online library catalog. You can get some STEM ones, you can get some science experiments, you can also find some dealing with edible science. There's a lot of the branches that have that. Place them on hold, pick them on curbside Monday through Fridays, 2 to 5:30. And we also have our online or digital resources. Access 360 and Hoopla, which you can find on our website if you're doing a desktop or laptop. You can also download the app to any of your smart devices. That way it goes straight to there. And you can do any science ones. Go by the advanced search and do the subject, science experiments, edible science, STEM, and that'll get you those, and you can mark them as a favorite or wish list. If they're available, go ahead and check them out and just download them straight to your device, which might be a little easier. That way, if there's any spillage, you can wipe it easier than if it ends up on a book. All right. Now, as always, remember to go to our Facebook and YouTube channel, Corpus Christi Public Libraries, and like our Facebook page, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. This way you can see all the videos the libraries are providing for you. If you want a full list, go to our website, cctexas.com/library, click on the link virtual programming, and you'll see all the videos broken down of all the libraries that have been filming for you all. If you need help finding items to place on hold and pick up curbside that deal with science and science experiments, you can use our new browsing options, new book alerts, author check, and book newsletter to help you out. And please do not forget about our online digital resources, Access 360 and Hoopla. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.